At Wings of Transformation Publishing, we are committed to helping our authors reach their goals and pursue their dreams of becoming published authors. We work closely with each author to ensure a successful publishing experience, and we are dedicated to helping them tell their stories in the most meaningful and impactful ways. We look forward to putting you on the path to writing your book.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of the Crew Podcast. I am your visionary, Queen Angela. And if you are a diva that's looking to amplify your voice and you're looking for a home, we have space for you. Come on over and join them divas of the airways and amplify your voice.
Welcome to the SC Book Gal and Friends Chat. We're going to be talking about the latest in book reviews, author interviews, and life. Come on in and join us. We're ready. Are you? Hey everyone, it's another Saturday night, and this is your girl, Patrice Grimball, Miss SC Book Gal 843. And I know I told y'all that I was coming back Saturday night, but this one is for the kiddos, you guys, and parents at that. Now, remember back in the days we used to tease each other? And we would say, oh, you geesky, greasy grandmama or granny or stuff like that. How my mother would say dozing on each other. Well, you guys, nowadays is at a total different level, and our kids are actually killing themselves and taking their lives because the teasing is now turning to bullying. And the author with me tonight is going to help us as parents. He wrote a book called Conehead, How to Stand Up to a Bully in School. So I am going to bring up for you guys author Kent Osborne. Come on up. Hello, how are you?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank
So
you
me and you talked a little bit before we got on, and we were talking about this bullying in general. But before we go into that, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, a little bit about myself. I'm a motivational speaker, youth motivational speaker. I speak to youth. I'm a business owner. I'm a husband, author. Had a rough life growing up, losing my parents young. Dad at 5, mom at 9, and I had to go stay with my aunt. And I got into trouble as a youth because I ran away from my house and got into a lot of trouble. And I was in and out of jail as a youth, and went to prison twice, and I found God in prison on my second time. I gave my life to Christ, gave my life to Jesus, and ever since then, everything just been up. I'm working on my second book. I just finished my second book, and I wrote the first one, which was called From Prison to Power. You see the prison to power gear that I got on. God gives us the power. The prison starts in the mind, and God gives us the power over every aspect of our life. So that's what the whole prison to power stands for.
Okay. Well, we see you made it do what it do. So bullying, that is something that we all can say we have experienced. And why did you choose that as a concept for your book?
Because I know that even if you see what's going on nowadays, a lot of shootings and stuff going on in these schools, kids committing suicide. I just felt there was a need, to help educate the youth on bullying, because I once was a bully in school. So I wanted to use my experience to be able to help somebody else.
So you have this cutest little book, you guys. Look at that. Tell us a little bit about Conehead.
All right, so Conehead right there, that was the guy. It was just me and this friend of mine in school, and we used to pick on this guy. You know, his head was, we called it Conehead. It wasn't actually shaped like a cone, but to us it looked like a cone, so we used to call him Conehead. So every day he came to school, he had to face us. He had to face his bullies that was calling him Conehead, you know, and he would cry and things like that. And you know, me being sad myself inside, you know, losing my parents, like I said, young, dad at 5, mom at 9, I was sad in the inside. So, you know, we used to bully him until he did something about it.
Oh, wow. So, how did you writing this book, Conehead? How did you face, because you were the person who was doing the bullying, correct?
Correct.
So, how did you face yourself when writing this book? Because I know you were writing like, hey, boy, I did some crazy thing to this kid. So,
Yeah.
how did you face yourself in this book? Like, how did you forgive? That's the question. How did you forgive yourself while writing this book?
I mean, first of all, I know God forgave me, you know what I'm saying, from the get-go. So I know once he's forgiven me, you know, I already repented for my sins and everything I did in the past. And like you said, you know, just writing a book and just thinking about, man, I was a bad kid back then, you know, hurting somebody's feelings like that. Like I wouldn't dream of doing nothing like that today. And I just can't believe I did that. So yeah, that's it.
And I know, you know, some kids they do it because they might be facing something at home or going through circumstances. So some kids do it because they just feel that they need to others. None of it is a good reason to do it. But what do we tell our kids when it's happening to them? As a parent, what advice would you give us instead of just, hey, if it happens to the teacher, like we always tell our kids? What advice would you give us as a parent to dealing with this situation?
Well, I would, you know, first tell the kid, to stand up for itself, you know, and then secondly, definitely go tell your parents, you know, what's going on at school, and then your parents, they're gonna take it from there, whatever they do, you know, from there.
Yes, yes, because now this bullying is, and you guys know, when we speak of bullying, we're not, well, I'm not only thinking in the mind of um, hitting or teasing, but this bullying has gone to a whole nother level where it is now becoming cyber wise. And I remember looking at the news on Friday while I was off, there was a parent who was on there and her somehow of another was being bullied, was first quote quote in relationship with something called chat GPT. Now I've used chat GPT before. We all have used it. But somehow or another, they still don't know how this, and they have the messages, how this chat turned into speaking to the young man as in negative terms. The young man actually killed himself.
Mm.
So how do we as, and I'm just speaking as parent wise, and then we'll talk about the kids. How do we as a parent deal with our child being the bully, first of all? What do we can do? How do we tell, because we can tell our child don't do it, but what can we do to say, hey, what you're doing is not helping you, us, them, or no one? How can we show them what they're doing is wrong?
I mean, I would say definitely punish your child for it, put them on punishment, take the games away, take the cell phone, really talk to them and let them know, you know, how this affect other people. And like bullying is not tolerated. You know, just take consequences, actions for what he's doing. You know, let him know this wrong.
Okay. So, and now as the child, how does your book show the bully what they were doing wrong?
In my book, how it shows the bully what they were doing wrong, the actual conehead when it told his parents in my book, and his parents went and talked to the teacher, whatever they said with the teacher. The teacher called me and the guy in, and we was punished for it, for our actions. So by us being punished for our actions, that's how we knew what we was doing wrong. That's what stopped us from doing what we was doing in my book.
Oh, all right, teacher. That's what I'm talking about. So, have you read your book to any of the little people in your family?
I did. I read it to our grandson.
Oh, and what was his reaction?
He liked it.
Oh, that is awesome. How old is he?
He's 6.
Oh, that is so. Oh, I knew he's like, Granddaddy, you write that?
Yep, he's 6 in the first grade, so he liked it.
Oh,
he
that's
liked all the pictures and the illustrations, and he liked the story.
And so that's what I was just about to ask you. Illustrations, pictures, the concept of the book, the title. Which one of these was the hardest to achieve and why?
I would say writing the subtitle.
Okay.
Yeah, writing the subtitle of the book was the hard to achieve. I'm trying to come up with, I know the cone hair part, but I'm trying to come up with what would be a good subtitle for this book. So that was the hardest part, writing that subtitle.
Okay. So now your illustrations are very bright, very vibrant, very I like it. It's cute. How did you get your thoughts of what let's start there. Did you give the illustrator what the thoughts of what each page would be? Or did you tell an illustrator you have free reign?
No, I wrote down everything I wanted. Every page that I wanted the book to say, every page I gave it to them and they put it how I wanted it.
Oh, that's awesome.
What I wanted.
Oh, okay. So you had your hand in every single part of this book.
Yes. It's my story. I know my story, So.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So you said that you were a bully.
Yes.
Have you ever been bullied?
I have been bullied.
And how did you deal with your bully?
How I deal with my bully, I told the dude to stop. I told him to stop doing that, because I stood up for myself. So that's how I deal with my bully. When I told him to stop doing it, he stopped doing it. I guess as long as I allowed him to do it, he was going to do it because he didn't think I was going to stand up for myself. But when I stood up for myself, he stopped.
See, I wish I had did that to my bully.
You got to be brave. You can't be scared.
I just went straight for violence. I'm telling you guys, and I'm gonna tell y'all. So I was in high school, and was this guy who was always bullying me. I had the buckest teeth you can ever. Y'all, my teeth were terrible. Thank God for surgery. Okay, so he's always teasing me every day, and we were in tech class, and I just got tired, and I got the fire extinguisher off the wall. I kind of hauled it out. I was tired. I didn't hit him, but I think he got the point because it never bothered me again. And I got 3 days out of school. But
some bullies they'll do it until, like I said, until you stick up for yourself. They figure they can keep doing it as long as you don't say nothing. Like in Conehead, the guy said something, but we kept doing it. It went until he went and talked to his parents, and his parents went and talked to the principal, and that's what stopped us from doing it.
That's okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a little break, and we're gonna come back, and we're gonna do those fun questions that I talked to you about.
Okay.
So you guys come back. We're gonna take a little break. Y'all come back and join us. Okay.
Turn off the lights and light a candle. Tonight I'm in a romantic mood, yeah. Let's take a shower together. I'll wash your body, you wash mine, yeah. Rub me down in some hot oil, baby, yeah. And I'll do the same thing you. Just turn off the lights, come to me. Girl, I want to give you a special treat. You're so sweet. Turn off the lights.
So, you guys, you know, we're going to add him back to the show, but we got to get our fun questions. So, let's add him back and let's get started with those fun questions. All right. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So, you guys, I'm going to be honest. You know, I usually give the questions off the top of my head, but I gave him an example. So, we're going to start him off with that sample question. If Conehead could have any actress or actress or character as a grandparent, who would you choose and why? Let's start off with grandmother. So I'm gonna tell you guys, I said Florida Evans, and y'all remember Florida Evans from Good Times.
Yeah, you did say Florida.
The reason why I chose Florida Evans is because she was so nurturing. Even though JJ them and Thelma and what's the other son? Michael, they would be going at it. She would always have that gender side and be like, you know what? Such and such and such. And you're like, all right, you too sweet. All right, yeah, you sweet enough. We understand. So who would you choose?
I'm trying to think. I can't think of no grandmothers on. I can't think of no grandmothers on.
Okay, can you think of a grandfather?
Not off the top of my head, I can't.
Okay. If I had to think of grandfather with Conehead.
Oh, I know. I would think.
Who you got?
What's the guy name played on Lean on Me?
Oh, man. Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman, yep. That's Morgan Freeman. Because he seemed like he's more strict and direct, you know, like he gonna teach you. He was the teacher, he was a principal in that movie.
Okay, I see you. I see where you're going at. I see where you're going at.
Yeah. I think he would be direct and lead me down the right path. And with discipline and everything.
Okay. So now Conehead parents went to the school and talked to the teacher. Who's Conehead's parents?
You talking about in the movie?
Let's not even do movie. Let's do music. Who would his parents?
Who would be Conehead parents in the movie? I would say Beyonce and Jay-Z probably.
So why Beyonce and Jay-Z?
Because I would say them because Beyonce seems like she's more I wouldn't say strict, but it seems like she's upright, like she would raise a child in the right way. I see how she raising her kids and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's probably why I would say Beyonce.
And so why would you say Jay-Z?
I would say Jay-Z because I don't know why I would say Jay-Z. Okay,
so let's see this. Do you feel Conehead's parents would be level-headed? Or would they be like, oh, no, not today, not my baby? Which one do you think?
Oh, yeah. And I feel if I said Jay-Z and Beyonce for sure, because I feel like she would be have that kind of attitude like that. Oh, no, y'all ain't from mess. I feel she would be like that, even with her songs. That's why I feel she would be with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If Conehead's parents were cool, if his mother was cool and calm-headed, I would say Alicia Keys. I could see her.
Alicia Keys would come off like that.
I don't know if they were cool and calm headed.
Cool and calm. Okay.
Yeah. Now, if they were mom, like one of those, you ain't messing with my mom, I'm telling you, as I'm saying this, I'm seeing Mary J. Blige character in Power, Monet Tejada.
Oh.
I'm seeing like ain't
Monique.
no
Monique ain't in music, but so yeah.
I don't know about Monique.
She's not in the music. You said some music. You said about music, right? Somebody.
Yeah. And the only reason why I see that is because how y'all, I'm a big Power fan. So I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. When Monet had died trying to protect Kim, that'll just I see that with Conehead.
You said what's her name?
Monet. It's Monet Tejada.
And Monet was Mary J. Blige in her?
She was Mary J. Blige played her character on Power.
All right. Yeah, see, I ain't never watched Power. Okay.
Oh, you gotta watch Power.
That's what everybody be saying. I be hearing people say, man, you gotta watch Power. They be telling me that you gotta watch Power.
Yes. So what the change that you see in yourself, can that be reflected in your writings?
Oh yeah.
How and where?
And my first book, From Prison to Power, my first book, the changes in there. You know, I wrote for my first book is about what I've been through and how I made it out of what I've been through. You know, and my second book that I'm writing on right now, you know, is where I'm at right now. You know, once I got out of prison, I was a godly man, gave my life to Christ, and where I'm at right now. So that's what the second book is about. So I can see that. And even I'm writing, I got ebooks and everything I've been writing, like, you know, how to start and run a 6-figure trucking company from the ground up. So all that's who I am. So definitely I can reflect who I am in my books right now in my writing.
So I'm gonna say to you, just like I said to someone else, your past is your past. And I can tell you it did not dictate your future.
That's right.
I see that. That. What is the power behind the strength that you have to continue going?
But the power is God. You know, the power is God, and trusting in Jesus. You know, my mom, you know, kept us in church, raised us up in church. Even my auntie, when I was staying with her before I ran away from my house, she kept us in church. So it's the power of God that keep me going, and you know, not making me go back the other way. I just trust in Him. Keep my eye on God.
That is awesome, man. I see it. I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. And it's crazy. It's very crazy that people who are listening, I see why they're listening.
Yeah, because it's easy to go back, man. Like it's easy to go back, but you know, I just keep my eye on God, and even like when I was in prison, you know, when I was in prison and got saved, I told myself when I get out, I'm not gonna be like all the other prisoners that get out and they have this jailhouse religion, right? I told myself I wasn't gonna be like that. I was gonna trust God no matter what, you know. And I had some trials and tribulations, obstacles, all kind of things happen when I got out. You know, it wasn't no peaches and cream because I got saved that everything was gonna be good. I had some struggles with jobs and everything. You know, I could have easily went back to the street and, you know, got me some drugs and started. I was a big time drug dealer before I got saved and went to prison. So I could have easily went back to my family, got some more drugs, got back into the street. But I said, no, I'm gonna trust and believe in God. And God, He done made a way, man. Now I'm married, you know, got a wife, and you know, God is good.
You don't have a wife, you got a prayer warrior. That's what you got. You got a prayer warrior. Don't you try to downplay that one now. Yeah, you got a prayer warrior.
Yeah,
so how would
it's God. It's God. That's all I can say.
So as we end this podcast, what would you like to say to your new readers, your upcoming readers, your generation of readers, anyone? What would you say to them?
I would say when you're reading this book, just learn from the book. You know, learn my mistakes. You know what I did, and learn how to deal with how to if you're being bullied, what you need to do to stop the bullying. So when you read the book, learn from the book and apply the lessons.
Well, you guys, we have the links of where his books can be purchased. I will be sharing this podcast this week. We have some people who like to say something to you.
Okay.
Someone says, the founder, the crew, I am so proud of this man. He is truly amazing, and I praise God for his journey. Wishing you many, many blessings.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Angela.
So, before you leave, you got to give us the rundown where we can follow you. I have your links, but tell us where we can get your links and anything you want to tell us that you have going on.
Yeah, so you can get you can go to www.kentosborne.com, have the book and merchandise on there. You can go to www.prisontopower.org, have the book and the merchandise on there, and it's also on Amazon. You got the link posted up there on Amazon. That's it for right now. That's all I got. That's all I got for right now. But there's some stuff in the making. We got some more events coming up, so I just keep y'all posted. Y'all just log in, just follow me on Facebook, and you'll see everything that I'm doing because I'll be posting everything.
All right. Well, you guys heard it. Follow him on Facebook. He's under Kent Osborne. Those are the links where you can find all of his books. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. And always remember that you can come back when you get those new books. And I saw that someone say you do music, so you can come on back with your music. I can do a music episode.
Okay.
Now, I can't sing or nothing, but we can let the music play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we can do a music episode. Yeah, I told you that's what I started out doing first, since I was a youth with music. That's my passion. It's still my passion. So.
All right. Well, we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen.
That's right.
You guys, it's another Saturday night in the book. Again, we would like to thank author Keith Osborne for bringing us Conehead. Look at the little book. I'm gonna bring the book up one more time. Y'all look at little Conehead. Wait, cool. Let me find Conehead again, y'all. Look at little Conehead. Look at him.
I even got a Conehead song that I wrote. I got to find a beat to it and I'm recording. It go Conehead.
About to have a soundtrack.
Yeah, so I wrote it, man. I wrote the lyrics to it and everything to it. The Conehead just rapping about his life, how he stood up and everything.
Well, when you do that, you come back and let us have the exclusive so we can play the music to Conehead, how to stand up to the bully in your school. Thank you again for being with us.
Thank you.
Another Saturday night, you guys remember, an old book is always a new book because not everyone has read every book. You guys have a great night. Bye.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of SC Book Gals and Friends Chat. You met a new author and you saw a new book. Go out and grab it. Make sure you join us next week Saturday for a new author and a new book. And remember, an old book is always a new book because nobody has read every book.